Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Lefties Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Ron Newkirk. With me, as always, is John Krafik and Frankie behind the glass. John, we have some pretty serious news to get into, man. It's weird that something like this happens on the day that we're recording. But as most of you know, Tiger Woods got into a very serious crash, and we're here to talk about it. What are your first reactions on the whole thing?
My first reactions were it was a weird kind of chain of events because earlier in the day I had actually saw their video was released of him playing golf with Dwayne Wade. And now this is coming off obviously the Genesis, his tournament this weekend, which is why he was there. Where he's has that conversation with Jim Nantz, where of course, like classic Tiger, he's not giving any information.
Right.
He's like, oh, I want to play, but we'll see. I think actually he said, we'll see if I make it there, which is kind of creepy to kind of think about now.
Really creepy.
So then this morning, there was footage that dropped of him playing golf with D Wade yesterday. D Wade, actually one of my favorite professional athletes. So I was super pumped up about that, as well as like the whole finish with Homa. That was probably one of the more I was pretty invested, like emotionally, weirdly, in that tournament for some reason. I really wanted him to win that tournament.
Certainly, I think a lot of people felt that way, but we'll get into that whole section.
Yeah.
After.
So then obviously it breaks on Twitter, and it originally breaks from like a local LA County like news reporter. So you don't really know what's real. I see like under the first thing, one of the first comments was he broke both his legs. So you're kind of just like waiting on Twitter, which is a terrible feeling. And it sucks. It's crazy how much information obviously gets out on Twitter, but it does suck like refreshing Twitter, kind of preparing for bad news.
Right.
So yeah. And then obviously, news starts to break about the whole situation. It was a pretty big swing of emotions. I don't think a lot of people really knew what was going on. The accident did happen early in the morning, but I think it was around 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. So then obviously a bunch of information starts coming out. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know. It didn't seem real. It's been a weird year, obviously.
Another one.
Just another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just like, it was sad. There were a lot of emotions obviously going through. Is just like, are we ever going to see Tiger play again? Like what?
Yeah.
Really, what's the deal?
My day stopped. Like you're the first one that texted me. I had pretty crappy service and I'm working during the day anyway. But I saw that and I was just like, oh no. Like it was like just a wave of emotions. And it's like, I mean, he's just such a big person, like not only just for golf. Like I feel like the whole world is just like, oh no, it's like one of those people or one of those events that you're always going to remember, kind of thing that we've talked about on this pod about Tiger. Just really, really sad. There's nothing else to say. Like you hope for the best for him, obviously, and for his family. It's just one of those things, like you said, what's going to happen now? Because he literally shattered his ankle. He broke 2 places of his legs. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, there was a compound fracture in one leg, and then he broke his leg in another place, and like on his second leg.
And this is after, like during the recovery of another back surgery that we were skeptical about him even playing after that. So like, what are the chances that he does? Like, yeah, I know it's way soon to be talking about all that stuff, and we obviously wish him the best and are praying for him a speedy recovery. But it's just crazy to think about. Like, we might have seen the last of Tiger Woods. Quite possibly.
Yeah, no, it is. It does sound. It does feel selfish, like to say it out loud. But
yeah.
I mean, there were. I feel like there were a lot of like kind of weird thoughts when this whole thing went down. Right? It was like, what's going on? We saw him on TV.
There were some jokes being made about him.
Yeah,
like that whole side of it is a whole different thing.
Yeah, yeah. But to your point, it's like, I mean, you think about obviously like the kids and his relationship with Charlie and, him just getting into golf. And that was a big focus when he was talking to Nantz this weekend. That's the thing is you don't hear Tiger talk a lot. So to hear him just like, especially after the back surgery, to hear him just talk and like it was exciting, like seeing him on the broadcast, even though he looked a little bit out of it, but it was like, there was kind of this like hope for the Masters, and the vibes were high with, you know, obviously Homa winning and that whole interaction that they had. And, you know, even just watching Max talk about like he got to stand after the presentation of the trophy and, you know, shoot the shit with him for 10 minutes.
Right.
It was definitely a wide range of emotions, but obviously, you know, first and foremost, it's his health is all that matters. It's selfish for us to talk about him playing golf again, but
right, exactly.
But that's what we do.
Exactly. And that's, you know, it should be the last thing on our mind, but like you said, it's what we think about. And I mean, gosh, if he plays again, that'll be something else, you know? I mean, he's 45 years old, and to sustain some injuries like that, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Frank, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, you guys said most of it. I think what came to mind first, which is horrible, is like, I just thought about the Kobe Bryant situation. That like was the first, unfortunately, that's what popped into my head. Thank God that's not the case, but it felt like that when Graphic, you're the first one to text me as well, or to text our group, and that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, you know, holy crap, hopefully this is not the same situation. But man, it looks like he got really lucky. So yeah, no, I think whenever you see someone like him in a situation like this, obviously you realize how big he is when like Barack Obama, you know, just tweeted about him like 3 minutes ago. You have like everyone in sports saying something, and obviously people outside of sports. So he's such a big person, such a big character. So I mean, just a wild day that, you know, thankful that he's fine, or at least fine in terms of not life threatening.
Right.
Yeah.
The other
couple things.
Oh, go ahead.
Couple things real quick. One, obviously, everybody always wear your seatbelt, because it really does seem like his seatbelt legitimately saved his life. But two, did you guys see the Justin Thomas interview that happened like 30 minutes after the news broke?
Emotional.
Oh yeah, and it was. I mean, obviously, no, I know, but
watching it, no joke, I was kind of like,
and then,
oh, this is
did
real.
Did you catch the reporter after that? Like after him talking, who legitimately asked him about the complexities of like the greens?
No.
Like right after he gave this like heartfelt, it was weird.
He
was
started asking him about the tournament.
About the tournament, about the course.
Oh my God.
It was just so weird.
What an idiot.
I know. But why even put JT, like why put him on the stand? Like why put him on the mic there when you know he's one of Tiger's best friends?
I saw it with a couple. I saw it with DeChambeau and Rahm and somebody else, and they all seemed like, yeah, we hope for the best, like whatever. But like, you know, JT's real close with him, like, and he probably just heard that news. So like,
and
give him a second to process shit, you know?
Just coming off losing his grandfather, like know your athletes. Like that's one of your star athletes. Like
exactly.
It was just, I don't know. It seemed a little out of touch. Like obviously like JT's a professional, and it is good to see like raw emotion. It just didn't make sense to me, the timing of it. I was surprised they put him out there.
Yeah, it was wild. I didn't know that, but I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because it's ridiculous. The other thing I wanted to say, and it like I guess I was thinking about it a little bit, and I'm just like, why is he alone too? Shouldn't Tiger Woods have like bodyguards or something like that? Like
no, no,
thankfully like he's okay and nobody else was hurt or anything. But like I thought about stuff, and like when you're a billionaire too, like, or multi-millionaire, don't you have like drivers and like taxis or
do you know how much that would suck? Do you know how nice it is to be alone?
No, I know that. It just didn't process. Like, I feel like his team is always with him, and like I feel like
he's a normal. I mean, I like in the sense of like he's a normal guy. He's Tiger Woods. No, but like he lives like a normal life still, in the sense of like he was staying at a 5-star hotel. He was actually on his way to the course to go finish filming and like doing like a photo shoot. It was like a 20-minute ride, and he was apparently late for that. But like Yeah, I mean, maybe I guess these dudes have like drivers full time, but that would suck.
I just
I guess
caught me. It
when
was
you're
just
that
weird
rich.
to me because I thought that like he traveled with
Yeah.
a team and like would just have people around him always. That's all.
I don't